You're wasting your talent, Randy.
Hello everybody, my name is Street Reaper, and thanks for tuning into the channel. And this video is a conversation that me and a friend of mine had concerning how I got fired twice in 2 weeks from the same place for no reason. So if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I offer each new subscriber a free cartwheel lesson. That's no joke. Just reply in the comments down below that you need a free cartwheel lesson. I'll make sure that you get it. Hit that like button if there's something about this video that you like. And with all that being said, let's just jump straight into the video. Well, actually, I was working at this little, like, tire store or whatever. But then I got fired from that place twice in 2 weeks. So, and that was before all this other stuff broke out. Well, the one time, see, where I worked at, they would only pay you from 9 in the morning to 5:30. That was the hours that we worked, was 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and got like a half-hour lunch or whatever. Well, if we worked past 5:30 p.m., we didn't get paid. Like, we had to work, but we didn't. Right, that's what I thought. So one night, it was like 6 o'clock, and we were working on this four-wheel drive truck that had these huge, I want to say they were 28-inch rims with 40-inch tires on them. And my son worked there with me too. And so we were working late one night, and because my son was waiting on me and another guy to get the wheels off of the truck, because they were like really nice wheels, so we had to like wear gloves and stuff so to not mess up the wheels. My son decided to sit down for a couple of minutes in his truck while me and this other guy were getting the wheels off. Well, then, like, the manager of the place yells down at Jonathan and is like, "What are you doing? Do you want to be off the clock?" So like 30 minutes later, I go up to the office and I'm like, you know, what you said to him was kind of unfair. And she was like, why? I was like, well, you yelled at him about does he want to be off the clock when we're already off the clock. So of course he wants to go home. We're working late and we're not getting paid for it. She says to me, well, maybe I should let him go to break up that whole father-son dynamic. And I'm like, wait, what? You want to let him go just because he's my son and I'm complaining about us not getting paid for working late? And she said, yeah, that might be the best thing, because then it won't cause any issues with like having that father-son dynamic here at the business. So I was like, that's crap in my mind, but I didn't say anything. You know, I didn't come right out and be like, you know, that's bullshit. Well, that's the way it works pretty much everywhere. You know, you work, you get paid for how long you work. But not at this place, you know. And it wasn't the first time that we had to work late without getting paid. It was just the first time I actually complained about it. Well, she then turned around and cut me back to 2 days a week and cut Jonathan back to 1 day a week. I'm like, that's crap. So, well, and this happened on like a Friday, right? Well, then the Sunday after she cut our hours back, she called me up and begged me to come back into work, like, you know, full hours, full schedule, 40 hours a week or whatever. And I was like, well, if I do that, yeah, I've got the cops on me already. And I was like, well, you know, if I do that, then you should bring Jonathan back too, because, you know, it'd only be fair, because he didn't do anything wrong. And you know he's a good worker. So she did, but no, it was on a Thursday night when she cut her hours back and told me not to come in the next day and whatnot. So the following day, I had went to the Department of Labor and filed an unemployment claim. And, well, then she called me on Sunday, and, God, these cops are annoying. Well, then she called me on Sunday and begged me to come back into work. And, you know, like I said, I got my son back working there. Well, then 2 weeks goes by, and because I had filed a claim with the Department of Labor,
I take it this isn't purely a social call.
the Department of Labor
You're
sent
in trouble
the
and
place
need
that
my
I
help.
worked
No
at
problem.
a form for them to fill out about my unemployment. Well, it just so happened that they received that in the mail on a day when I had called out sick. So, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm laying here at home asleep in the bed because I'm not feeling well. She sent me a text of a picture of that form that they had gotten from the Department of Labor, and was like, we need an explanation for this ASAP. Well, I was asleep, so I didn't see it. I didn't see that text, so I didn't give her an explanation, right away. Well, 45 minutes later, she sent me another text telling me that I needed to get all of my stuff out of the shop and turn in my keys, and that she would have my check ready after noon. So when I woke up at like 7 o'clock that night and saw those texts, I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm fired again. So I didn't call her, I didn't text her or anything. I was just like, okay, you burnt that bridge, or, from their end, they burnt that bridge by telling me to just get all my stuff out without allowing me to actually be able to explain what that form was. What that form was if I was still not working there, they would have had to fill it out. But because I had went back to work, there was no further action needed. You see what I mean? So it basically meant nothing until she texted me telling me to get all my stuff out of the shop. So the next morning I woke up and she had sent me a text at like 4 o'clock in the morning talking about, I really don't know if you quit or got fired. I'm thinking to myself when I read the text, I'm like, you don't know if I quit or got fired? Hold on. You're the one that sent me the text talking about I need to get all my stuff out, turn in my keys, and you'll have my check ready after noon. So I just went up there and got all my stuff out, and like, screw y'all, Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I was like, I'm not going back. I'm not going to go up there and grovel and beg because she made a spontaneous decision to let me go. Well, then, like 2 weeks after that, this whole pandemic thing broke out, and so I couldn't find a job anyway. Nobody's hiring because a lot of businesses aren't even open right now. So I was like, you know what? This is a perfect time to redouble my efforts on my YouTube channel, and I enjoyed doing that anyway, and now there's a lot more people watching YouTube and stuff, so I figured as long as I make honest content, I'll be good to go.